can you be arrested for your debt? We're gonna talk about what's practical realities in 2025 about whether you can be arrested from your debt. We're gonna separate the scary myths from the real life and give you practical advice. I'm attorney Judah Zakalik, founding partner of PandA Law Firm. In this video, we're gonna give you straight answers, plain English, about what to do if you get sued. As always, here's my little disclaimer, important note, laws vary state by state and they can change over time. So right now I'm giving you information, not legal advice, about laws as they are in Nevada, September 2025. If you have specific questions about your case or your circumstances, please contact a local lawyer in your area. So the big question, can I be imprisoned if I don't pay my debts? And the answer is no. There's no debtor prisons in the United States as of now. Perhaps in the past, but not now. So you cannot go to jail for not paying your debts. You could go to jail if in a debt lawsuit, the court requires a debtor's exam, which means the creditor lawyer gets to ask you questions under oath, and that court can give you an order to show up. If you don't show up to that debtor's exam, now you violated a court order, which can sometimes have a sanction of jail time. As I said, the general rule is that you cannot go to prison or jail over you not paying a debt. Now, you might get criminally charged if you commit fraud, right? Mortgage fraud, if you scam someone, things like that. Other criminal acts that are outside of you just doing a breach of contract, meaning not paying a debt. So be aware that you cannot commit fraud when you're trying to get a loan, right? When you're trying to take on debt, that may be an issue. But if you were accurate and honest when you took on that debt and then just cannot pay it because life happens, you're not going to jail over that. Not everyone knows this, right? People get scared of going to jail over debts. It's real life. No one wants to go to jail over this. And because debt collectors know that people get scared over this, sometimes they're going to use that as a threat. You know, maybe they'll say it expressly, which is kind of sloppy on their part. Maybe they imply it, which is also, somewhat sloppy. But understand that they cannot send you to jail over this, and do not feel any pressure to pay them if they somehow threaten this to you. In fact, it may be a violation of the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act if they say that to you. So if they do say it to you, say, hey, maybe can you say that again while I hit record on my phone? Or can you put that in an email to me? And that's great. That's great evidence for us. We're going to sue them. We're going to get some money in your pocket, and we'll probably wipe out the debt. And scammers use this as well, right? So if a scammer says, like someone calls you and says, hey, look, if you don't pay this debt, we're going to send you to jail, and please pay with, an iTunes gift card or whatever it may be, probably clear indication it's a scam. Don't send them any money, hang up, block the number. I mean, in some cases, they might even be impersonating law enforcement or the county in which you live or the city in which you live. I don't care what they say, you're not going to jail over a debt. Do not pay them in PandA gift cards or whatever it may be, okay? Don't come to me asking me for a gift card to pay a debt. I'm not gonna give it to you. What happens if you get sued, right? Like if you think you're getting sued, if someone's knocking on your door and you know it's a lawsuit coming your way, number one, don't avoid service. Take that service of the lawsuit so we know what's going on. Oftentimes people think that them avoiding service is gonna save them from the debt. Oh no, they didn't serve me properly, I didn't know. Well, in a lot of states, including Nevada, if a creditor cannot serve you personally, they can serve someone over 18 that lives with you, or if they cannot find that person, they can serve you via publication, meaning putting it in the local newspaper. Here, it's called Nevada Legal News, something that no one ever reads, right, except for lawyers, but they'll put that in there for 4 consecutive weeks, and now you've been constructively served. So that lawsuit is gonna move forward, but you're never gonna know when you got a judgment against you. You're not gonna be aware of when they're gonna garnish your wages or lien your bank account. So it's better to know so we can do something about it sooner than later. Once they're garnishing wages or liening your bank account or liening your home, it makes that settlement a lot more difficult, and sometimes a bankruptcy can't even get rid of that lien on your home. Okay, also, if you think that you're about to get sued or you know that you're behind on your debts, it's gone to a collection agency from the original creditor, that collection agency has now given it to a law firm they're trying to collect, probably a pretty good indication you're gonna get sued soon. So make sure that you've homesteaded your house, right? You've recorded a homestead declaration on your house. Make sure that you try to get any monies out of the bank that you may have, right? And especially if you think you're about to get sued, you want to get monies out of the big 5 banks, right? The Wells Fargos, the Bank of Americas, the Chases, the things like that. You probably want to put them into smaller regional banks or credit unions. Those are harder for your creditors to find. If we're also at that point again, remember, we need to be talking about bankruptcy. We need to be talking about debt settlement. We need to be talking about ways to get you out of this debt. Kicking the can down the road is not going to help. You're only going to pay more and it's going to hurt more later. Let's rip that Band-Aid off, start healing the wound, rebuild your credit. You're going to be back great within a couple years after us resolving this debt for you. In a perfect world, you would have called me, PandA Law Firm, way before a lawsuit ever happened. Things happen. People sometimes avoid these things. It doesn't matter if you've got sued, if you have a judgment against you. Call a local attorney now. They can still find ways to stop the collection of this debt and mitigate your losses. If you have questions, please drop a comment for us. If you have personal questions that you don't necessarily want to share with everyone, please email us at questions@pandalawfirm.com or set a free consultation with one of our attorneys at pandalawfirm.com. Here's a quick recap. You're not going to get jailed for not paying your debt, okay? Don't believe any scammers, debt collectors that are telling you that. But also, don't avoid service of a lawsuit. Let's understand what's going on so we can resolve the issue. Otherwise, later on, it's going to cost you more time and more money. So if you get mail, open it. If someone knocks on your door and says, "Is John Doe there?" Answer it, take the complaint, call an attorney, call a local attorney in your neighborhood. You know, if that's PandA, great, and we can help you resolve the issue. Also, just a small aside, right? IRS debt, tax debt normally follows these same rules, right? You're not going to go to jail if you didn't defraud the US government, if you're not actively trying to conceal assets, right? Another form of fraud. But also, we want to try to get these resolved as soon as possible. IRS debt accumulates very quickly with penalties and interest, so contact a local attorney to resolve these issues as well, but you're probably not going to go to jail just because you cannot afford to pay back the IRS. And again, that's just information, not legal advice.